Hey guys, it's about 4:20 on a Sunday afternoon. I just arrived out at my property here. I'm going to try to do a first overnight. It's been about a month since I've been out here. I got a ton of gear to hike back on my ice fishing sled. I'm going to see how the cabin does with just the bubble foil insulation. So it's going to be an adventure. I figure it gets dark in about an hour and a half here, and I've got probably two trips to make hiking through the snow. It looks like the snow's went down a little bit, so I'll probably hiking through about a foot of snow, but I've got a lot of gear I'm trying to get back there, so we will see how I do. Check in with you in a little bit. Okay, so underestimated the amount of snow out here again. As I break through the crust, I'm going down probably 18 inches or so. Trying to get it all done in one trip because that sun is fading fast. So here's my gear, all tied up on my ice fishing sled. That's a mattress that we replaced before in my boys' room. Figure I can put that out here. Mattress at a hunting camp. Be like a 5-star resort. So about maybe not even a fifth of the way in, so I'll talk to you guys when I'm further back there. Okay, so don't want to dwell on this spot. Wow. See some of the spots where I punch way through. Back here where the sun doesn't get to anything. Still got 2 feet of snow beneath that crust. So just worn right out. I'm almost there. I got there it is. Whew. Happy to see her still standing. We had 60-mile-an-hour winds the other day. So a lot of trees are down, even in the path. It looks like she's okay. We'll see when we get up there. Made it out to the cabin. Not gonna lie, I made the cardinal rule of sweating like crazy getting back here and in the cold and not having a wood stove out here. Big mistake. But I fired up the heater I bought there, and it's surprisingly doing a great job already of heating up the little cabin. I mean, I got it on high because it was cold in here, but it's heating it up pretty quick. And upstairs is a different story. Upstairs it is freezing. So I got a lot of cleaning up to do. I think I'm gonna have a little fire out here, burn a lot of this cardboard and junk that I got lying around, and then I'm gonna try to get some dinner going. I got that bed mattress I gotta try to fit upstairs, so that is a small opening. It's a 30-inch hatch, so that should be interesting. I'll let you know how that goes in a few minutes. Now you can kind of see me. I've got the infrared on because obviously it's kind of dark in the cabin. I only have the little lanterns going, my little homemade leather project lanterns with the little candles burning. So it is kind of dark. I got a kettle of water warming up on the little stove here. Gonna make me some tea. Probably have some noodles for dinner. I also have piece of venison. I got defrosting right now. But overall, the little heater does a good job in here. It's comfortable. I'd have to say it's probably around 60 degrees in here right now. And it's going to be 10 tonight. It's in the teens right now. So, not bad. Upstairs, like I said, considerably colder. I have to fill in some of the drafts. I brought along that window caulk to finally go around the windows, and I'm getting that up to temperature before I go up there and hit that. I did fit the bed up there. I'll show you what that looks like. And I really had wanted to bring out a broom and clean this place out, because with all the sawdust and dirt and all working on it, it just looks a mess. But even just organizing things and cleaning up that way, it's starting to look a little better. I'm getting a feel of what I want to do with the place, where I'm going to set the little kitchen. For a long time, I was going to put the wood stove to the front. It'd be something you would see as you came up, is that chimney going out the front there. Now I'm kind of leaning towards putting out this back wall here, making this section kind of like my kitchen, and having my stairs come down right next to it. And then just a sitting place over here in front of the stairs. That way you can look out the nice big window. But yeah, a lot of things going on in my head right now as to what I want to do. Pretty impressed with this little heater, and surprisingly happy with how warm it is in here with that little heater going. I brought a 40-degree sleeping bag and then another little backpack sleeping bag I bring with me. And then I think I'll be good tonight. I don't think I'll have any issues. So, another update. I'll show you what upstairs looks like later. I'll give you a little look at what I'm actually having for dinner here too. Okay, so what's going on right now is we've got some venison. There's nothing like getting something right from your own land. There's always a dream of mine to get something right from my own property, not a family property, not a state land. Something I bought and paid for with my own two hands. So this here is a piece of venison off my own land, and I'm gonna fry this up on here. Whoop, in bacon grease. So I cook just about everything in bacon grease. And I know somebody's gonna say, you're going to have a massive heart attack, right? Well, I might have a massive heart attack, but I've also seen a lot of people living beyond their own time. So what I mean by that is, the good Lord wants me out of here at 70 years old, but at 70 years old and I'm still taking care of myself, I'm still productive, I'm still getting something done. Well, by God, I'll be out of here at 70 years old from a massive heart attack by cooking with bacon grease. These some poor people, I mean, I'm all for living a long life, but I don't want to be around past my time. So, anyway, got a little venison cooking now. Fried that up, and if you watch any of my dehydrating videos, you'll know I'm a huge fan of McCormick's. So I use this stuff all the time on everything. So this will actually be breakfast tomorrow also. I'll be doing the same thing, frying up a little bit of this venison that I got here. I brought the McCormick's chicken seasoning, and I brought the steak rub. So I'll be using both on it, just to give it a little bit different flavor. I just got it on a real low setting on that burner. I don't want to char it, but I like pink on the inside and just a little bit of char on the outside. I don't want it like completely well done. So nice low flame, A little bit of bacon grease instead of cooking oil, and I'm ready to go. This other piece isn't quite ready for me. Still a little frozen. It's alright. I'll hang her back up, let her de-thaw over the heater there. And I'll go back to eating this one here. Like I said, I like to hit it with a little bit of McCormick as I go along. I know, it's too much, it's too salty, it's too much. Sure it is. It's too much, it's too salty, it's no good. I love it. Alright, I'm going to cook this up and I'll talk to you afterwards. Don't get much better than that. Out in the middle of nowhere, dead quiet out here. The woods are just absolutely still tonight. Gets that way when it's 10 degrees, you know. But I gotta say, I'm probably 70, 75 in here right now. I'm hot. There we go. So I'm upstairs. I got the heater up here now. It's really nice temp. Probably can't see, that's some nice clear I got going on. A little sip here and there. Tomorrow during the daylight I'll show you how the bed fits up here and how I set it up. There is something nice about cooking a deer steak from a deer that you shot on your own property and butchered yourself inside a cabin that you built yourself, and then relaxing with a little clear that you made yourself. A lot of people don't get that. Little things like that you take a lot of pride in, and I don't know, there's a sense of satisfaction from doing stuff yourself like that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. My little cabin out here is far from perfect. I get people saying, "Well, this isn't square, that isn't square." They're right. It's not exactly square at certain spots. I used wet, fresh cut pine that is rough cut, and it twists and it turns, and I use my square, I use my level, and it still is going to twist and it's going to do what it wants to do. But that's just fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. A long time ago we got into this thing where it has to be exact. Everything has to be done a certain way, and that's the only way to do it. It's not so. A lot of these old barns, the old pole barns, the old way of doing things, a lot of times it was just they eyeball it. You know, it wasn't done just so. It wasn't done to some code that someone somewhere decided is exactly what it has to be. Now, I'm not saying don't be safe. I'm not saying don't make sure it's sturdy, but some of this stuff is just ridiculous now. So, yeah, just random thoughts as I sit here with a little clear. And rice base, by the way. Something I picked up while I was over in Asia. So, a little clear that I made after a nice steak that I cooked and butchered in a cabin that I built. Laying here on my bed being pretty content. Only thing that would make it better is if I had my family here, but I didn't know how cold it would be out here tonight. I wanted to test it in the winter. 10 degrees and the wind is whipping right now outside. I can hear it. And I've got 65 degrees up top here now. I mean, I'll see how it does once I put the wood stove in, but right now I don't see a need to really to tack on any other insulation. I think I'll be okay with the bubble foil. Talk to you tomorrow, guys. Have a good night.